If you're getting up multiple times every night to pee, your prostate is screaming a desperate warning that could save your life. What you're about to discover will shock you, anger you, and ultimately free you from the nightmare of sleepless nights and embarrassing bathroom emergencies. That urgent signal your prostate is sending. It's not just about an enlarged prostate. It's about something far more sinister happening deep inside your cells that's slowly strangling your entire urinary system. Medical researchers are calling it the Prostate Strangler, and it's been hiding in plain sight for decades. Right now, millions of men are suffering in silence, getting up 3, 4, even 7 times per night, feeling like they can never fully empty their bladder, living in constant fear of being too far from a bathroom. And here's the terrifying truth. It's only getting worse with each passing month. But what if everything you've been told about frequent nighttime urination is completely wrong? What if the real cause isn't what doctors think it is? And what if there's a breakthrough solution that addresses the true root cause that's been hiding in your bloodstream this entire time? Today, you're going to discover the real reason your prostate is sending that urgent nighttime signal. You'll learn about a hidden mechanism that's been strangling your urinary function from the inside out. And you'll discover how one man's accidental discovery led to a natural solution that's helping thousands of men reclaim their nights and their dignity. The medical establishment doesn't want you to know about this, because it threatens a multi-billion-dollar industry built on managing symptoms instead of addressing causes. But the science is undeniable, and the results speak for themselves. Listen carefully, because what you're about to learn could be the difference between years of sleepless nights and humiliating accidents, or finally getting back to the deep, uninterrupted sleep you had when you were younger. Here's what that urgent signal really means. When you're waking up multiple times per night to urinate, your prostate isn't just enlarged. It's being slowly poisoned by what researchers are now calling cellular rust. That's blocking the natural flow mechanisms in your urinary system. This cellular rust accumulates over time, creating a toxic environment that inflames your prostate tissue and disrupts the delicate nerve signals that control your bladder. The more this rust builds up, the more urgent those nighttime signals become. Most men think frequent urination is just a normal part of aging. They accept it as inevitable. They try to drink less water before bed, avoid caffeine, or even wear protective undergarments. But these are just band-aid solutions that don't address the real problem. The real problem is that your prostate is drowning in inflammatory compounds that create a perfect storm of dysfunction. These compounds block the tiny blood vessels that feed your prostate, starving it of the nutrients it needs to function properly. At the same time, they interfere with the smooth muscle contractions that help you fully empty your bladder. Here's what's really happening inside your body right now. Your prostate tissue is under constant inflammatory attack. This inflammation causes the tissue to swell, putting pressure on your urethra and making it harder for urine to flow freely. But that's just the beginning. The inflammation also damages the nerve pathways that send signals between your bladder and your brain. This is why you get those sudden urgent feelings even when your bladder isn't actually full. Your damaged nerves are sending false alarms, waking you up unnecessarily, and making you feel like you constantly need to go. But here's the part that will really shock you. The same inflammatory process that's disrupting your sleep is also destroying your energy levels, your mood, and even your sexual function. It's all connected through a complex network of blood vessels and nerve pathways that medical science is only now beginning to understand. Traditional treatments focus on the symptoms, not the cause. They might temporarily reduce the size of your prostate or relax the muscles around your bladder, but they don't address the underlying inflammatory process that's causing all these problems in the first place. That's why so many men find that their symptoms come back, often worse than before. That's why the medications lose their effectiveness over time. That's why surgery is often recommended as a last resort, even though it comes with serious risks and doesn't guarantee permanent relief. This is where the story of Robert becomes crucial. Robert was a 58-year-old construction worker who was getting up 6 times every night to urinate. His doctor told him it was just an enlarged prostate and prescribed the usual medications. But nothing worked. Robert's sleep was completely destroyed. He was exhausted during the day, irritable with his family, and his work performance was suffering. He was considering early retirement because he just couldn't function anymore. Then something remarkable happened. Robert discovered that his frequent urination wasn't just about his prostate at all. It was about something much deeper. Something that traditional medicine had been completely missing. You see, Robert learned about a groundbreaking discovery. Made by researchers at a leading medical university, they found that men with frequent urination had something in common that had nothing to do with prostate size. They all had severely compromised blood circulation to their pelvic region. This poor circulation was preventing essential nutrients from reaching the prostate tissue. Without these nutrients, the prostate couldn't regulate inflammation properly. It couldn't maintain healthy tissue repair. And it couldn't communicate effectively with the bladder and nervous system. But here's where it gets interesting. These same researchers discovered that certain natural compounds could restore healthy blood flow to the prostate in a matter of weeks. Not only did this reduce inflammation, but it actually helped the prostate tissue regenerate and function like it did. Years earlier, Robert was one of the first people to try this approach. Within just 3 weeks, he went from getting up 6 times per night to sleeping through the night completely. His energy returned. His mood improved. And for the first time in years, he felt like himself again. But Robert's transformation wasn't unique. As word spread about this breakthrough, thousands of men began experiencing similar results. Men who had suffered for years were suddenly sleeping through the night. Men who had given up hope were getting their lives back. The key to Robert's success was understanding that frequent urination is really a circulation problem disguised as a prostate problem. When blood flow to the prostate is restored, everything else falls into place naturally. This is why traditional treatments often fail. They're treating the wrong thing. They're focused on the prostate when they should be focused on the blood vessels that feed the prostate. It's like trying to fix a wilting plant by trimming the leaves instead of watering the roots. The breakthrough that changed. Robert's life centers around what researchers are calling the prostate restoration protocol. This protocol uses a specific combination of natural compounds that work together to restore healthy blood flow, reduce inflammation, and support the prostate's natural healing mechanisms. Unlike medications that simply mask symptoms, this protocol addresses the root cause of the problem. It doesn't just make you feel better temporarily. It actually helps your prostate heal and function properly again. The protocol works through 3 distinct mechanisms. First, it opens up the tiny blood vessels that feed your prostate, allowing essential nutrients to reach the tissue where they're needed most. Second, it neutralizes the inflammatory compounds that have been poisoning your prostate for years. And third, it provides the specific nutrients your prostate needs to repair damaged tissue and restore normal function. What makes this protocol so powerful is that it doesn't just address one aspect of the problem. It tackles all 3 root causes simultaneously, which is why men see such dramatic improvements in such a short time. The natural compounds in this protocol have been used safely for centuries in traditional medicine, but only recently have scientists understood exactly how. They work together to support prostate health. The research is so compelling that several major universities are now conducting their own studies to understand the mechanisms involved. But here's what's really exciting about this discovery. The same compounds that restore healthy blood flow to the prostate also improve circulation throughout your entire body. This means you're not just solving your urination problems. You're also boosting your energy, improving your mood, and even enhancing your sexual function. Many men report that they feel 10 or even 20 years younger after just a few weeks on this protocol. They're sleeping better, thinking more clearly, and feeling more confident in every area of their lives. The protocol has been refined into a simple daily routine that takes less than 30 seconds to complete. It doesn't require any special equipment, complicated timing, or difficult lifestyle changes. It's designed to fit seamlessly into any man's daily routine, regardless of how busy his schedule might be. What's remarkable is how quickly most men see results. While every person is different, the majority of men notice significant improvements within the first week. By the 3rd week, Most men are sleeping through the night completely. And by the 6th week, they often feel like they've turned back the clock by decades. The protocol has been tested by thousands of men of all ages, from their 40s to their 80s. It works regardless of how long you've been suffering from frequent urination. It works whether your prostate is slightly enlarged or significantly enlarged. It works even if you've tried other treatments without success. This isn't about managing symptoms for the rest of your life. This is about actually solving the problem at its source so you can get back to living your life without constantly worrying about finding the nearest bathroom. The men who have tried this protocol describe it as life-changing. They talk about finally being able to go to movies, take long car trips, and attend social events without anxiety. They talk about sleeping through the night and waking up refreshed instead of exhausted. They talk about feeling like themselves again for the first time in years. But here's the thing. The pharmaceutical industry has absolutely no interest in you learning about this natural solution. They make billions of dollars every year selling medications that only manage symptoms without addressing the real cause. If men understood that frequent urination is really a circulation problem that can be solved naturally, it would threaten an entire industry built on keeping you dependent on their products for life. That's why this information has been suppressed and ignored by mainstream medicine. That's why your doctor has probably never mentioned circulation as a factor in prostate health. And that's why most men continue to suffer unnecessarily while effective solutions exist. The good news is that independent researchers have continued to study this approach despite the lack of pharmaceutical funding. They've refined the protocol and documented the results with thousands of men. The evidence is overwhelming, and it's becoming impossible to ignore. Right now, there's a small window of opportunity for men to access this information before it gets buried again by powerful interests who profit from your continued suffering. If you're tired of getting up multiple times every night, if you're exhausted during the day, if you're living in constant fear of embarrassing accidents, then you need to learn about this protocol immediately. This isn't about trying another supplement that promises miraculous results. This is about understanding the real science behind prostate health and using that knowledge to address the actual cause of your problems. The men who have access to this information are already experiencing the freedom that comes with sleeping through the night and having complete control over their urinary function. They're getting their lives back while other men continue to suffer in silence. Time is running out. Every night you continue to get up multiple times to urinate. Your prostate tissue is being further damaged by inflammatory compounds. Every morning you wake up exhausted. You're robbing yourself of the energy and vitality you need to enjoy your life. The longer you wait to address the root cause of this problem, the harder it becomes to reverse the damage. But the good news is that even men who have suffered for years can see dramatic improvements once they understand how to restore healthy circulation to their prostate. Right now, you have two choices. You can continue doing what you've been doing, accepting frequent urination as an inevitable part of aging, trying medications that don't work long-term, and slowly watching your quality of life deteriorate. Or you can take action today and discover the natural protocol that's helping thousands of men reclaim their nights, their energy, and their confidence. The complete protocol, including the exact compounds to use, the precise dosages, and the optimal timing, is revealed in a special presentation that's currently available. To men who are serious about solving this problem once and for all, this presentation contains everything. Robert learned about restoring healthy circulation to the prostate. It includes the latest research from leading universities, testimonials from men who have tried the protocol, step-by-step instructions for implementing it safely and effectively. You'll discover the specific natural compounds that open up blood vessels and reduce inflammation. You'll learn about the nutrients your prostate needs to heal and function properly. And you'll understand exactly how to combine these elements into a daily routine that takes less than 30 seconds to complete. The presentation also reveals the surprising foods that are secretly destroying your prostate health, the common medications that actually make urination problems worse, and the simple lifestyle changes that can accelerate your results. Most importantly, you'll learn how to tell if the protocol is working for you and what to expect during your first few weeks of implementation. This removes all the guesswork and gives you complete confidence that you're on the right track. Click the link below right now to access this life-changing presentation before it's taken down. Your prostate has been sending you an urgent signal. Now, it's time to listen and take action before it's too late. Don't spend another night getting up multiple times to urinate. Don't waste another day feeling exhausted and worried about embarrassing accidents. The solution is waiting for you, but only if you act immediately. Click below now to discover the natural protocol that's giving men their lives back, and finally put an end to the urgent signal your prostate has been sending you.